Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know with 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news that PwC is claiming that more than a third of Australia is in recession. But first, China said over the weekend that it is close to its goal of allowing the yuan to be exchanged for foreign currency without any limits on the amount. That will promote a new surge in Chinese overseas investing by qualified domestic institutional investors. As the Greece crisis deepened, if that were possible, the run on their banks is accelerating, and the ECB is stepping in to shore them up, even though Athens continues its defiant tone. How this will end now is still very uncertain. Earlier this morning, the Greek Prime Minister presented new proposals. They are locked out of bond markets and their bailout aid is frozen, and they're almost out of cash. But they say they have enough money to pay public sector wages and pensions this month, but not make the IMF or bond market repayments. A failure to make those will result in a default. They've pinned all their hopes on creditors rolling over their existing arrangements. More Eurozone minister huddles will go on this week. In the end, though, while it is interesting, the Greek problems are merely a regional sideshow and will have little direct influence on New Zealand, whatever the outcome. But Bill English is still worried about how the uncertainties will play out. English has also commented on the RBNZ's interest rate settings, saying they've found they've fixed them too high. In Australia, the AFR is reporting on some groundbreaking work by accounting giant PwC, which shows that 20% of their national income was produced by just 0.5% of the country, led by the central business districts of Melbourne and Sydney, as well as the iron ore-rich Pilbara in the northwest. More than 1/3 of Australia is in recession, they say, with those few and shrinking handful of locations generating most of its wealth. Back in New York, US Treasury 10-year benchmark yields fell sharply on Friday following the ratcheting up of the Greece crisis, and now up 2.26%. US oil markets are pretty much unchanged, with the US benchmark price just under $60 a barrel and Brent crude now just under $63 a barrel. The gold price is up to $1,200 an ounce. The Kiwi dollar was pretty much unchanged over the weekend, although it has lost about a cent over the past week. It starts today at 69.1 US cents, 89 Aussie cents, and 60.9 euro cents. The TWI is at 72.4. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.